All right, so today is Friday, and we decided to start doing some sort of Friday video. Like we talked about, don't work Fridays.
Right.
Actually just bought the domain name don'tworkfriday.com. So got to figure out a way to market that. But anyway, so we figured let's come up with a catchy name for these Friday talks, right? But we haven't figured that out yet.
Not yet.
So we'll figure that out. But we figured let's just do our Friday talk. Let's talk about all different things, whether it's about business or just personal life or just generic stuff. So we started today off at what did we do? Oh, we went out to lunch. We went out to lunch.
Just to show you, no work day. I mean, it's just an unreal environment. Phil doesn't work on Fridays, and I've been adopting that as well. And we're like, hey, let's get together for lunch.
Yeah, so that was it.
It started there.
So we went to Jersey Mike's Subs. And after that, what did we do? After
that, we went to...
Oh, we got the car wash.
Yeah, I think the first time.
We got... It's funny because it's only 4:12 and we act like it's been 5 days ago. So we actually got this truck washed. I washed my BMW, and then what happened was we were driving around. I actually always drive by Ford because I love pickup trucks, and they always have usually like a really nice pickup truck outside. So we looked at an F-350. Then we went to Mercedes because James recently bought a Mercedes, and we have a sales guy that he dealt with. Really good guy. We found out he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah,
some personal issues or whatever, so he had to move to Florida or something like that. Anyway, so while we're there walking out, we see a pickup truck, an F-150 Shelby edition. So it's funny seeing a Ford at a Mercedes dealership. So we looked at it, whatever, actually put $500 down on it. We'll see if this actually happens or not, but I put a hold of 24 hours on it. Anyway, so that's been our day. It is what it is, right? This is what we did today. Gonna go out to dinner with the family in a few hours, and that's it. So you got to build a business around a lifestyle you want to live, right? This is the lifestyle I want to live. Like James said, he's trying to adapt it. But today we wanted to really talk about essentially getting out of your comfort zone, if that's your problem, in terms of starting a business. A lot of people are worried or scared or whatever to move forward with a business. I have things that I'm doing today that I'm nervous about, that I've done. I'm getting out of my comfort zone, but I'll go into another video on that. But James is going to talk about how he went from where he was to how he got here today, and how it's completely different, out of his comfort zone.
Completely.
Whatever.
Well, you know, when Phil was talking about these Fridays with Phil, oh, maybe that's what we call it. Fridays.
That's pretty good.
It just came out. Well, when we chat, we talk a lot about business. You know, we always talk, and I think there's a lot of things that he and I either innately share or talk about that we now want to share with you, because sometimes these conversations we just have, they're very productive and very inspiring at times, but we want to bring that to you. So one of the things, looking back now, I've only been doing this business, since August, I think it was, and I went through a lot of changes because I was used to what I was doing. For those of you who have been following us, I own a printing company. So talk about something that's completely opposite of this business, where I actually had employees, I had to deal with a printed product, so I actually was manufacturing a product. I had to deal with the sales, I had to deal with every single operational, functional aspect, and I was basically putting so much more time in than I was getting out of it in value. So now in this business, I had to take that leap of faith, and listen, I never did Facebook ads, I never did lead gen, I never did anything with business loans. I didn't even know about the business itself. So I had to go through maybe what a lot of you are doing, a learning curve. And you know, Phil put the training together. He did not walk me through it, but just like you, I have Facebook support, I had email support, and worse off, we did a case study with me, so I made sure that I was following the program, just because if there were any tweaks that had to be made, Phil would make them. But it was just such a great program that it really unrolled and made it, I felt like it was very easy, even though I did have some hiccups. And you know what, you just have to work through. And you always hear Phil say, do not quit. You have to work through your challenges and really move forward with things. And here I am now on a Friday, hanging out with Phil, and exactly like he said, that's been our day. It's been a low pressure day completely. You know, I remember when I had the printing company, Friday was a real hectic day, last minute orders, people had to get their stuff going. You know, it was a lot of stress and a lot of frustration, a lot of problems and so forth. And then you had to deal with employees. You know, some people like to call in sick on Friday and make a 3-day weekend. So it is what it is. But I had to really change my mindset and really open myself up to a new experience, and that's what I did. And for those of you, you really need to really reevaluate your current circumstance, your current financial picture, your current life, and just see, are you enjoying it to the fullest? Are you really moving forward with all that you're meant to be? And if you want more out of life, more out of maybe a work-life balance, you really got to evaluate that, because sometimes with change it gets a little uncomfortable. And I think Phil, I mentioned he'll do another video about him moving out of his comfort zone, building his brand, and moving forward to give us the value that he's given us in this business, and really doing a lot of things that he puts forward to you for value, and really hope you get a lot out of it. So that's really what I wanted to say. It's been a great day. Fridays, again, I'm still a little, I haven't fully adopted the no work Friday yet, but it feels good.
You know, it is, I mean, we both work every day, and
Right.
You're always doing something, but it's really just kind of just taking a step back, you know, just to not think about it. I mean, people have joined, people are asking me, I think I had 4 or 5 people joined today.
Right.
And, you know, I had to answer some emails, whatnot. We were on the phone with Brian, who does the calls before. But, you know, it's more about just getting out of the house,
Right.
the office,
Yeah.
and just moving on, you know, from that. So that's really it. I mean, that's what we mean by don't work.
Exactly.
Friday. Just try to, you know, just don't. When I work, I'm all in, you know, so I'm just thinking 24/7 about business. So I'm
Right.
trying to just take a day off. And I know people are like, oh, well, the weekends, but I just work the weekends. It is what it is,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's actually almost like a negative when your office is 10 feet from your bed, you know what I mean? Right. So it's just, oh, it's right there. Let me just go do some stuff. Anyway, so beyond that, I'll talk a little bit about I guess, since August, I started this whole brand building. And if anybody's watched the video back in August, the first video that we had, almost in the same spot, different car, and we're like, all right, we're gonna go get interviewed on TV, and I was so nervous. I had knots in my stomach, and it was very, very interesting day. But after I did it, now I was excited.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I can do this. And that's the key. Like, I see a lot of people, they're all nervous before they join, and then once they join, like, oh my God, I'm so excited now. And that's the thing, the nervousness turns into excitement, which we've said all this stuff
Right.
before. But now look at this, like, that was August, or actually really September for me, I guess.
Right,
when
yeah.
we first really started was September. We did the interview, then we did 2 more interviews, so obviously I was excited and I wanted to do more. Now this Thursday coming up, today's Friday, so next Thursday we're flying to Florida, the Clearwater area, and we're going to be interviewed by Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. So that's amazing, right? So now you have to understand, I didn't go into this whole brand building thing thinking, oh my God, all this stuff is going to happen. It's a guarantee. I had no idea. I had 0 contacts. But what did I do? I put work into it every single day. I did something to build it. All right. Now, how did I get into Kevin Harrington? All I did was I just emailed them. I took one day. I put together a 2-page offering or business summary, whatever you want to call it. I asked James for help. I said, hey, can you help me reach every shark that's ever been on Shark Tank? I even did Ashton Kutcher. I did Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I mean, the only 2 people that reached out to us was Kevin Harrington and Barbara Corcoran's group. Obviously, we haven't spoke to them personally yet, but we talked to people in their organization. Barbara Corcoran really hasn't gone anywhere,
Right.
but obviously Kevin Harrington is. So we're moving forward with that, and you know, for me, it's like, oh, that's now a stepping stone, right? So I took a little stepping stone, got interviewed by a local TV show. Yeah, it aired on the CBS network, which is great, but that was a little stepping stone. Then I did another one. I know, and I had 2 articles written about me.
Right.
Hopefully another one. And I'm just going to keep moving forward, right? I'm thinking to myself, hey, if this takes 6 months, if it takes a year, whatever, no big deal. It is what it is. That's business. Nothing happens overnight. So that's one thing. In my 20s, I always wanted to make millions tomorrow. And I know a lot of people are like that.
Right.
And it took me a long time, probably about 15 to 20 years after I started my career, to realize it's not going to happen tomorrow. And it took me a long time, man. I got to tell you. I mean, I remember every day, like, always wishing and pushing forward. And time would fly by. If you ever watched that movie Click with Adam Sandler,
oh, wow,
where he fast forwards his life,
yeah.
that's how I lived in my 20s. And my 20s flew by because all I did was work and care about that. And I tried so hard and hit so many brick walls and, going backwards. And I never enjoyed life. I really feel like my 20s, I didn't really do anything and I just work. Now, you can look at it today and say, hey, that helped you out today and all. But listen, you have one life to live, man. You have to enjoy it.
That's right.
So in my 30s, I took a step back. I was like, all right, whatever happens, happens. It is what it is. Now that I'm in my 40s, it's like, now I'm really taking a step back. So, and I'm like, hey, man, however long it takes, it takes. But, I'm on a 20-year career, or however long it's been. So, this is how long it's taken me to get to this point from just trying to build different businesses and whatnot. So nothing happens overnight. We're, September, October, November, December, January. We're 5 months into me brand building. I've come way further than I ever thought. I talked to some PR companies. James helped me out with that. When I first started, like, oh, give it like a year.
Right.
Maybe you'll get to a point where maybe you'll get on Fox News or TV a year. I did it in a month. Because I said, you know what? I'm just going to bust my butt every single day, reaching out to everyone. James helped. James actually made the contact to the first one. And it's just accelerated so much faster than I thought. Because I didn't sit on my butt and do nothing. I pushed forward. I got as creative as I could be to reach out to people and stand out. What I heard from the Kevin Harrington people, like, we get hit with offer after offer or email after email after email. So they obviously have to sift through that, and you have to stand out.
Yeah.
And I was able to stand out. And so that worked out, obviously. So we're moving forward with that again. So that's where we're at. And this year we'll see. Hopefully I'll be 10 or 100 times bigger in the next 12 months. But that's what you really need to do. You just need to put the time in.
Right.
And as long as you put the time in, it'll come back to you. As long as you don't quit. As long as you understand you need to be patient. And we'll talk about the Steve Harvey thing.
Yeah.
We kind of brought up in another video. Yeah, you explain that.
Well, one of this, and this is the thing, Phil and I also, we invest in our own selves to learn about other people that are doing things in business. We read articles. We try to share on the Facebook group and different posts. So we were watching a Steve Harvey clip, and I think it was Tim Sykes. It was about his business and so forth. And one of the things that Steve Harvey stopped the interview and said, listen, if you're just waking up every day dreading the sound of the alarm clock, if you're getting up and you're not passionate about getting up and enjoying your day, if you're not excited to get your day started, you really got to think about that. You really got to reevaluate your life, because you're just merely existing. And you're too powerful and too valuable to simply just exist. That's no way to live a life. Like Phil said, you only get one life to live. So you should really be doing something that you enjoy doing, because you don't know when your time's up. Nobody knows when your own time is up. So you might as well put the time in to enjoy it as much as you can, and really think about that the next time you wake up the next day. When you wake up tomorrow, you think about that. Think about what you're doing. Think about your purpose. Think about what you want to be doing with your life, the impact you have on yourself, your family, your friends, other people. So you really want to make sure you're really not just merely existing to pay bills. You're not merely existing just to get up and go to work. You want to make a difference in others' lives as well as your own, and you really want to take control of it. And that's one of the things Steve Harvey said, and we firmly believe in that as well. And that's the reason why this business is such a great business. It really does give you that work-life balance, and you could work as hard as you want and then play as hard as you want. And that's, like Phil said, even though we don't technically work on Fridays. I mean, I answered a few emails and got back to a few of my buyers and so forth. But come on, shooting off an email while we're at the car wash, I mean, that's not really work. It's just what we got to do. But we're able to do it, and we're able to get out of the office, if you will, the office. We had to actually, put clothes on. Can't stay in pajamas to go out to the car wash.
Well, you could.
You could. It'd be a little weird, but you can.
It's a fashion statement.
It's a fashion statement. But that's really the thing. So you just got to really evaluate your situation. It's only the beginning of January. I think a lot of people already stopped going to the gym and stopped doing their New Year's resolutions already. I think that's about the amount of time it takes. About 2 or 3 weeks is the average time that people stop their New Year's resolutions. Some people 2 or 3 days.
So my diet is over.
It's over, right? So there's things that you need to do, but that's what it is, and that's all I have to say.
I guess the last thing I'll say is, and this is going off what Steve Harvey was saying, was you got to figure out what makes you happy.
Right.
Just because I do this, that doesn't mean that's going to excite you. What he does doesn't mean that's going to excite you. You got to figure out what makes you happy. And when we just met with a PR company the other day, and he asked, he goes, "What do you like?" Or I forget exactly what he said. And he was probably surprised by my answer, but basically at the end of the day, what happens is, what makes me happy is making money. That's number one. What makes me happy, making money, because I want to put money away for retirement. I live way beneath my means, in terms of my bills versus how much I make. There's a lot of people that make less than me that live a much more lavish lifestyle. I tell you, we're very, I wouldn't say frugal. We like to spend money, but we just don't waste it. Right. So I'm all about putting money away, because I don't know how long I'm gonna last, right? I don't know how long this is gonna work, right? Who the hell, you want to see me 82 years old making videos, go to Facebook? Who knows if Facebook is going around? But go to Facebook and put this ad up and talk to this guy and do this and make training videos. Like, really? So I know I'll continue to work, but there's only so many years that people want to listen to us. So basically, you got to figure out, now what makes me happy? It's making money, because I want to mainly put it away for retirement, so I have a comfortable retirement. That's number one. Number two, it's living the lifestyle that you want to live. Going on vacations, doing what you want. So I do this to make the money to be able to live the lifestyle I want. That's the main reason. What I love about, now I have 2 businesses, right? I do lead generation. I actually do the business that we teach here. That's one difference between me and a lot of other people. One person I do like is Timothy Sykes, because he actually does the business he's training people to do. So not everyone does that. But in terms of what makes me happy, I love seeing people be successful. I love people telling me, "Hey, I quit my job," or "I'm actually made $5,000 in my first week," or "I'm just making a living off of it." I mean, that's cool. So I love helping people. And I love, how it, this whole e-learning business, makes me money. So again, I can live my life. So, and hopefully the business makes you money, so you can live the lifestyle you want. But that's it. And maybe you don't want to do this, but you want to do something. So do it. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter to me. People email me and stuff, and they say, "Oh, if you want me to buy this, call me." I'm like, "Listen, I'm not calling you. Like, there's no hard sell here. I'm not desperate for people to join. It really doesn't matter to me. If you join, you need to make the decision. It's up to you if you want to continue and start a business. I'm not going to, so you're only going to join if I call you? It doesn't make any sense. I have a sales funnel. You go through the sales funnel, you can schedule a call at the end of the webinar. That's how it works. If you break the sales funnel, then it doesn't work, right? It's the reason why I created it, because that works to run this type of business, and that's why I want to teach people. If you're running a business and you want to become, let's just say, a business owner broker or a small business consultant, you're going to have a funnel the way you do business, and you're going to know, like, this is the way it works to run a lean operation, as automate things as much as possible. If someone tries to break that, you're like, "Listen, man, just go through the process first." You know what I mean? So, and what I mean by that is, just so you understand, is when people go through the sales funnel, and we tried this. I remember just when I first started this, I sent out an email. I said, hey, schedule a call with us, without knowing anything. I had literally a month's worth of 15 calls a day of people that didn't know what they were doing, and nobody wanted to join. They just, tell me more about it. But then you're spending 10 hours in a day, getting nothing, and nothing's happening. So I said, all right, let me build this out. Let me do a webinar. Let me make sure everyone goes through the webinar, signs up, goes through the whole process, sees how much it costs, then they schedule a call. Now, when you get to that point and you get on the phone with someone, they're interested. They know how much it costs. There's no worry. So now your conversion ratio went from 1% to like 60 to 70% of people joining. It's great. It's a great way to run a business. Those are the things that you want to learn for the business that you're running. So I have no idea how I got to this point right now, but I know I kind of talked around a little bit. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you doing whatever makes you happy, running your business however you want to run it, and to live the life that you want to live. That's it. Right?
That's it.
That's good.
Awesome.
All right. So it's now 4:32.
All right.
So we spent about 20 minutes here, and I wonder if anybody actually listened to this whole thing.
Hopefully.
So maybe we'll call it, what'd you call it? Fridays with Phil?
Fridays with Phil.
Fridays with Phil. We'll
Maybe
see.
that's what it is. Who knows?
Maybe that's his. Or actually, don't work Friday
Don't work
with Phil.
Friday.
Don't work Friday with Phil. And James. And then we'll add your name to it too.
Yeah,
Just
we'll keep the list going.
Keep a nice list. Everybody that you got to sign something that says that you won't work Friday either.
That's a good idea. That's a movement.
There's your movement. So I work in my jams is one movement,
Right.
and don't work Friday is another movement. Like Warren Buffett has everyone sign. I'll
Right,
give
that's
away
right.
half my money,
Yeah.
or I'll give away all my money, whatever it is. A little different, right? But we'll tell everyone. You have to get a shirt and take a picture and say, I pledge not to work Fridays.
That's cool.
Anyway. All right.
All right.
I got to leave in an hour to go out to dinner.
Nice.
So that's it.
That's it.
We'll make the next video when we're in Florida.
Cool.
So we'll be there and we'll figure it out.
That's right.
And that's it. So everyone have a good weekend.